Well, today we're starting to disassemble the head to get the keepers out of this engine. As last video I showed the drastic carnage from the video. So I've got the head on my trusty table. So what we're doing basically is we're gonna pull out these little valve spring keepers with this fancy contraption and remove the springs. So basically we seat it there, push down till we can break it to separate the keeper, and then it will come out. So basically, sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. Grab the trusty pocket screwdriver and we will literally peel them out. And then once the keeper's out, you release, and it allows the top to come off, as well as you can pull the spring out, and then you'll be able to push the valve out. So get a little space on it, push the valve. The valve now is loose on the intake side. So that's what one of the intake valves look like for the 2019 Veloster. This one's actually in good condition. I'll be getting all the broken ones out and going from there. So basically, I've already removed a couple of them, so I can go right here, pull the springs out, and push the valves. But that one is also the cylinder that is marred, so it's definitely not coming out. So, but I'll get those out and I'll show you the extent of the damage on those. But another one, the valves push for free. So cylinder 3 is also stuck. Cylinder 2. So they're definitely stuck in there, but I'll do my best to get them out and update you once I get all those out. So I got a few more keepers to remove in the head. Basically all I needed was those so I can build the new head. Basically the rest of it's all trash. So got that other intake valve out. So yeah, thank you so much. So I pulled all the keepers out. That's the only part I'm reusing for this head, and the sensors that are on the head and our studs. But basically everything we pulled out from it. So got all the valves out. Definitely quite a few are bent. So all of the intake valves look really decent till you get there. Then they get really wonky. Basically, third and fourth cylinder is bent. As we go to the intake side, most of them are all bent, that side. And then the ones that are sheared off completely, that are missing the whole entire tip. So, got that. Basically, that's all going back to Hyundai for their inspection. Only thing I needed was the keepers. And all the springs, everything's all going back, basically, to the trash. So I'll keep doing update videos as I get it. So like I have all the cams labeled, intake, exhaust, everything's all labeled. You know, only thing I might be reusing is the buckets. Other than that, everything's going back to the engine, back with the engine, back to Alabama, wherever they send the engines. So back at the Veloster on my day off, decided to come in to work on it. So today we're going to start assembling this head, getting all the valves, springs, and keepers all put in. So yeah, we'll get that all going. So got my part number for my exhaust valves. Bunch of exhaust valves. Retaining valve spring keepers. Valve springs. Of course, more exhaust valves, exhaust valves, exhaust valves. Go over to my trusty box over here. There's my intake valves. So, I'm gonna get this motor good as new, hopefully by next week. Just wanted to build the valves, air the head and get all the valves in and get it all going. I ended up not having to reuse these little keepers. They sent me a bunch of brand new ones. So I guess I'll keep those for our next build or something. So I opened up all the packages, got all 16 of the valves in to my head. Now time to open up all the springs and spring keepers and the retaining pins and getting all that done. So now I opened up all the packages for all the valve springs, opened up the retainers and the clips. Now it's time to start this lovely assembly process. Some of my coworkers struggling to get these valves seated.
Oh, just another YouTube fucking thing.
We have 5 out of the 16.
Fuck off, Jordan. This is very hard, alright? Bitch.
So when you drive a knocking car in, you blimp the throttle for a second. Oh shit. I blew it up. Carnage. So, got the new short block out of the box. All intact. And also got the head built. So, making sure all the tolerances are good for all the buckets and everything's in great shape. So, now I'm gonna start putting the head on the motor. So we got the head all bolted down. So definitely starting to become an engine. Next I'm gonna get the cams in and then get timing stuff done. Well, we got this Veloster motor timed. So everything's timed. Now it's time to go on the full build mode. Second. I got one more to diagnose. So we have the head on the block. So as I had some viewer questions what a short block was, basically this would be considered a short block where there's no heads, no oil pan, no nothing. So basically I turn it into a long block, set the timing, put the timing cover on, oil pan on, oil pump on. Now I just have to do the outside. I'm going to be doing the valve covers and everything like that on the next installment of this Veloster build. I just wanted to do an update so I can keep some content going for you guys. I will be on the next installment, hopefully within the next week. I will be getting everything fully assembled for you guys, getting the first startup for the Veloster, and putting a 15-mile test drive on it. So if you like what you've seen so far, please like, share, subscribe, and help grow the channel and help it, so make it more incentive for me to keep content coming out. Thank you so much for choosing Car Life and watching the Veloster N update video.